Okay, so today we're talking about composite solids, which is just two or more different solids put together. Okay, so this is what we looked at as the warm-up. Did anyone come up with an answer for this? Brian?
76 centimeters squared.
Nope, way under. Megan?
Aren't they really small?
Oh.
6.5 centimeters?
Nope, that is definitely way under. Brian?
156 centimeters.
Nope. Anybody else come up with one? Taylor?
43.
Yours is closer, but it's not there yet. Trey?
88.
No, it's a bigger number. So she said, what did you say, Taylor? It was
143.
143, and it's bigger than 143. Okay. All right. Let's look at how we do this. So each cube has an edge length of 2 centimeters. So each one of these cubes is 2 centimeters long. So it's 2 from here to here. 2, 2, 2. Every little line is 2 centimeters. And we have to find the surface area. Now, each face, so let me highlight this face. What would the surface area, what would the area of just the shape I have outlined be? David?
Area.
Yeah, what would the area be?
4.
4. So the area of one face is 4 square centimeters. So we just have to find how many faces there are altogether that are exposed. Like we wouldn't count, see how, let me use a different color. See how this block is on top of the block underneath it? We wouldn't count the faces where they touch because that's not part of the surface. We only count the areas that is exposed, even if we can't see it. Like if we could pick this up off the paper and we could move it around all the areas that or all the sides that we could see. Trey?
192.
It's not 192. Let's decide how many faces there are. Did anybody try to count up all the faces? Sure. Brian?
39.
So you thought there were 39 faces?
Wait,
38.
38.
How many did you think there were, Taylor?
I just counted squares.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean when you're counting faces. You're counting squares.
Like the cube thing. Like on 13.
Okay, there's 13 cubes, right, but not all of the faces of those cubes are exposed. Nick? How many do you think there are?
I got, I just found the surface area of one of the cubes, and then I thought there were 12 of them, so I multiplied by 12.
Okay, but the problem with doing that is that some of the cubes are touching each other. So we can't count any of the surfaces where they're touching, only the ones that are exposed. David?
How many squares that are showing?
Not just that are showing.
Oh, 44.
Oh, you're close, but it's not 44. Brian?
152.
No, there's not 152. That would be too many. Michael?
Wait, no, I'm doing the.
Oh, no, not it. All right, let's count these
I
together.
got 58.
First, the easiest thing is just to count all the ones that are there. So I'm just going to kind of go like this. I'm going to draw a line as I count each one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I see one there. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So there are 22 faces that I can see. Now let's try to count the faces that we can't see. First of all, there's this face kind of, see these 4 that are sticking up?
Oh, there's one in the middle.
There's one in the middle that we can't see. So we need to add that face. That's our middle face. How many faces would be underneath?
22.
Like on the bottom. If it's sitting on the floor, how many faces? 9. There's 9 faces on the bottom.
I wasn't counting that either.
Okay, we can see the whole left. What about on the right? If we were to go this right back side back over in here, how many are there?
9.
There's more than 5 because you got to think about these little sticky up ones here.
7.
There's 7 because there's the 5, there's the 3 along the bottom, plus these 2 sticking up, plus the back sides of these 2 that are sticking up. So there would be 7 on the right side.
And then there's the.
Okay, what else have we not seen yet? We've seen the bottom, we've done the right, we did the
Left.
center. What about the, what side is left of me? The left or the back, yeah, this side,
5.
kind of back around here. More than 5, you gotta think about these two. Yeah, 7 again, so there's 7 in the back. So all total, let's see, we've got 22 plus 1 is 23, plus 9 is
32.
32, plus 7 is, 46.
Oh,
46.
I was
We can't go down. 46. Good, Brian?
I see what I did.
Oh.
I didn't count them.
Yeah, I can't read it.
The ones on the bottom. So there's 46, let me write up here. There's 46 faces, or 46 surfaces. Each one is 4 square centimeters. So yes, when we multiply that, we get 184 square centimeters. Okay, the next question says, find the surface area of a similar solid, so another solid that looks just like this one, except the edge lengths are only 1/4 of a centimeter. So this is a little easier. We already know how many faces there are, right? Now we know that we need to use a different edge length. So instead of 2, now we have 1/4. Take a minute and try to figure out what this would be. Okay, first thing we did on this one was we had to figure out the area of 1 square, right? So remember this blue square we said was 4 centimeters, this one right here? So if our side length now is 1/4, so we have a square, and this square has edge lengths of 1/4. What's the area of this square? Megan? No, what's 1/4 times 1/4, right?
116.
1/16. Remember when we're multiplying fractions, we multiply the numerator
by
and the denominator. So 1/4 times 1/4 is 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 4 is 16. So the area of one of these squares is 1/16 of a square centimeter. Okay, so now if we have 1/16 as our area and we have 46 faces, what's the total? Brian?
2 and 7/8.
2 and 7/8, good. Or if you did it as a decimal, it would be 2.875. So 2 and 7/8 square centimeters. So it's pretty small, much smaller than the other one. Okay, let's move on to the next picture. The next picture is a little less confusing in that we don't have quite as many sides. Yeah, this is not the one I got all messed up with. Okay, there are a couple different ways we can find surface area, and I'm going to talk to you about the 2 ways you could try, and then you can pick which one you want to do. The first way, and I told you that my husband was doing some of these with me just as my backup to kind of check to make sure we both got the same answer. One thing you could do, and what he did is just he looked at every single surface and found the area of each surface. So he just wrote down the areas of all the different surfaces. The way I did it was a little bit different. I divided it into 2 different shapes. So I had the rectangular prism in the back and the rectangular prism in the front. And I found the surface area of each one of those, which you can do. Now, if I do that, I can't just use the sum of the 2 surface areas. Why would that not work? David?
They're different shapes.
Not because they're different shapes. Avery?
Not all sides are showing.
Right, not all sides are showing. There is a place, like right in here, there would be a plane or a straight solid, or not a solid, a plane is like a piece of paper. So if we could slip a piece of paper in between there, they're touching at some point. So we can't use the whole surface area. So if you do it my way, what you have to do is take the surface area of the first rectangular prism, the surface area of the second rectangular prism, and then subtract all the stuff that they share. So you'd have to find the area of this plane that they share, and you'd have to take it away twice because there's 2 of them. Each one of the shapes has that area. Okay, so pick one of those methods, either count up all of the surfaces and find the area, or find the surface area of each prism and subtract the area that they share. Let me give you a couple minutes to work on this, then we'll talk about it. Guys, you guys are making some good attempts with this. I'm seeing some of the correct answer, not a lot. I'm not super concerned about that you're not all getting the right answer right away. Sometimes I have to do these a couple times. That's why I always do them to check. There's so much to think about. Okay, volunteer to tell me if you divided it into 2 prisms and used a formula. Let's start by doing it that way.
I didn't use a formula.
Michael, what did you get as an answer first? Let's make sure your answer is correct.
594 feet squared.
That's not quite it. Anybody else who did it? Kayla?
530.
530. Okay, do you want to explain what you did?
I split them into 2 shapes.
Okay, so did you do, let me just erase the stuff that's here.
Well, I know what I did.
Did you split it like this, Kayla?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you have the back shape, the front shape. Okay, so what did you get as the surface area of the back shape? 402, good. And I saw some of you were trying to use the PW plus 2B formula, and you can use that for any prism, but don't forget you also have the rectangular prism formula where you can do 2 times length times width plus 2 length height plus 2 width height. Don't forget you can use that. That might be a little easier. So when you do that, the back prism has a surface area of 402. Okay, the front prism, Kayla, had what? 224. So the front prism is 224. If you add those two together, you get 626. Some of you had 626 as the answer, but that's not it. Because these two, as we talked about a few minutes ago, they share this plane that sits inside of there like that. The plane where they touch. So they touch on the plane that I attempted to draw here. That plane is 12 by 4 because this line over here is 4, so it's also 4 here. So what's the area of that plane? David? 48. Now there's 2 of them. We have to take away that area from the first shape, and we have to take away that area from the second shape. So the shared area is 2 times 48, which is 96. So if we do it this way, we add together the 402 plus the 224, and we subtract the 96, and that's how we come up with 530. Michael?
I only took away the perimeter.
Oh, you took away the perimeter and not the area.
I only took it away once.
Okay. Okay. Megan? Okay. David? No, stay put for this part. And then I deal with it. Okay, let's look at it the other way because some of you did it the other way. If you did it just finding area, what I would recommend is just writing the areas on as you go. You actually still have to make a division here too. You're going to have to divide this L-shaped thing, whoops, into 2 parts. Okay, so your first one, you have 4 by 12. So the area of this front shape would be 48 square feet. Do I have any volunteers to just kind of fill in all the fronts? Madison, go ahead. How about do this one next? This would be 16. Okay, how about this one? This one? 48 again. How about this one? 84. Okay, good, because it's 4 feet up here, so we know that this is 7, so this would be 84. Okay, how about this one? 33. And the one on top? 36. Okay, that all looks good. So all the faces that she could see look good to me so far. What do we still have to find yet that cannot be seen? The bottom. Okay, what would the area of the bottom be?
The one, like the lower rectangle, is 48. Like the one that...
Okay, so you found the bottom of this and then the bottom of this. Okay, I see. So the bottom of the first one would be 48, and the bottom of the second one would be what?
36.
36 again. Okay, that seems all right to me. What else do we have to find?
The right side.
the right side, okay, so this kind of back side of this shape would be what? 16, let's see, so you did 4 times 4, okay, 16. Okay, how about the back of this one? 33 would be the same as the back of this, okay. What's left?
The back.
The back, okay, what'd you get?
132.
132, okay, because it would be 11 by 12, 132. That seems like that should all be correct.
I got 530.
Oh, you did when you added them all up? Okay, good. I thought you had something different for some reason.
Well, I added, at first I had re-added because I thought.
Okay, so it was just an arithmetic error. Okay, so she has all the right measurements. It's kind of more work to do it this way, but if it's a shape that doesn't have an easy formula, that's the easier way to do it. Okay, questions so far?
Sorry.
That's okay. We don't have a lot of time left. I don't want to give you the whole homework assignment on this because I think that it would be overwhelming to do it all at once. So what I want you to do is the next slide is the one that I want you to try to get the surface area of. It's very similar in shape to the first one that we had. And again, there's a number of ways you could do it. Let me tell you how not to do that one because this is what confused me. I thought I would just make a big shape like this and take away the open space. That is really confusing to do because when you're taking it away, there's more sides than you would think, and that's what I was lying in bed thinking about and realized, oh, I wasn't visualizing this. So don't do it that way unless you really want to be adventurous and do even better than I did, because if you can solve it doing it that way, I'll be very impressed. Michael.
Did you solve it that way?
I did finally solve it that way, but it was very frustrating because I was thinking there were more sides touching, or more sides I should take away than I actually should have taken away, or less. I can't remember which way it went. So it's really kind of tricky to do it that way. What I would do is either count all the surfaces, or I would divide it into 2 shapes, just like we did with the first one. Okay, you can start working on that now. That's your only assignment, is to do that one. We'll finish the notes tomorrow, and then you'll have a real homework